morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dean Callan Show. Today, it's Friday. We're going to be making a Mamie Taylor cocktail because I forgot that it was World Paloma Day. Happy World Paloma Day, everybody. It doesn't help that I don't actually have the ingredients in the cabin to make a Paloma. So, I can't even go back and make a Paloma. And for everyone who's been watching this, I'm hoping I got sound this time. I just reset. I just thought, you know what? I'll start again. And then I'll crop that bit out of the video I sent to YouTube. You know? Whatever. YouTube people won't know. Well, they will know. They will know because I'm talking shit about myself right now. I'm so thirsty for a drink right now. I've been running around like a crazy person trying to get everything organized. And a bit pitchy. Great. I don't know what to say. Let me see about doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that might help. Maybe speak softly. I think, you know what? We do have sound, right? I've got a backup mic in case shit goes wrong 3 times. So let me know how that sounds with 2 mics coming in. Whatever. Look, there's nothing I can do at this stage. It's better? Yeah? Smooth FM. All right. Happy days. See, I'm glad I moved everything in the building over to here. I thought that might help. And it took me all day. Anyway, look. For those of you that have known me for a long time, I used to be the global brand ambassador for Monkey Shoulder. And when I was the global brand ambassador for Monkey Shoulder, I did some crazy shit, basically. First of all, I drank a hell of a lot of Mamie Taylors. So when I wanted an easy day, I decided I would go with Mamie Taylors. And it just so happened that I got this, and that cemented it in. I thought, you know, one day when I know I'm going to have no time to set up for the show, I'm going to do Mamie Taylors, right? Check this out, right? This, for those of you who, if I'm daring enough to even attempt to switch the camera to, this is the Monkey Shoulder iSpoon, right? So the iSpoon was something that, you know, I kind of created. I created it ages ago. Oh wow, okay, it comes with a little letter. And the letter says, I'll cut back to this angle. It says, "Dear Dean Callan, please find enclosed a small gift and token of our appreciation for all your hard work, late nights, and dedication to Monkey Shoulder. We are all very proud of the accomplishments made and accolades gained in the past few years, of which you have been a big part of." That's pretty awesome. To mark these achievements, I have enclosed your very own 24-karat gold-plated iSpoon. Stir with pride, or just look at how shiny it is from time to time. You've earned it. Joe Petch and the Monkey Shoulder team. # make it monkey. Right. Joe Petch. You're living my dreams, bro. You're living my dreams. This is so cool. I'm so stoked about this. So I am definitely getting this thing framed. Like originally when we made the iSpoons, we wanted it to come with over-the-top packaging. That like we called it the iSpoon for a reason, but like ripping off what Apple were up to at the time. Jonathan Ives was on. Like I obviously was being tracked by Apple because I was buying all their products, but they must have been using search engine optimization and cookies and stuff to keep advertising at me. So I kept seeing it on all my social media channels, like Jonathan Ives doing the whole Jonathan Ives adverts. Right? For those of you that don't know what the Jonathan Ives adverts looked like, I've gone and downloaded some for you. You're gonna love it. The guy's so interesting, right? Watch this.
To create something that's genuinely new, you have to start again. And I think with great intent, you disconnect from the past. From the very beginning, the iPad was designed to be very powerful, very capable, but also remarkably simple to use. Along with the experience of actually using it, what makes iPhone 5 so unique?
All right, enough of Johnny. Right. So Johnny's coming out with all these ads. I'm getting prepped for my Mamie Taylor chat while I'm showing you guys this. I'm hoping I'm still online. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm seeing these ads everywhere, and I thought to myself, let's make ads for Monkey Shoulder that kind of rip off the Apple ads and look just close enough to the Apple ads that you kind of think to yourself, like, this is clearly like you remember the Apple ads, or if you haven't seen the Apple ads because they just started coming out, you see the iSpoon ad, and then every time you see an Apple ad, that timestamp, that little stamp in your head of that white screen crap talking reminds you of Monkey Shoulder. So Apple's marketing, their big budget marketing, would actually be leading you to think about Monkey Shoulder, right? So I made, with zero budget, a teaser film for the iSpoon, and this is what it looked like, right? So I'm channeling my inner Johnny Ives. They say that the difficult takes time, and that the impossible takes a little longer. At Monkey Shoulder, we've gone to great lengths to make the impossible possible. This revolutionary new thinking led us to create something that is a groundbreaking development in bar utensils. It's guaranteed to change the way people see bar tools for the rest of history. It's truly an exciting moment to be part of. Right, so for those of you that hadn't seen that yet, that was my first ever foray into acting on screen. So myself and Marek, a good friend of mine, just like literally I went around his house and he hung a sheet up, put loads of light on to the background of the sheet, and then we ran with it, right? And that, we were going to run with that. And then there was a concern that we'd get sued. And, you know, even naming it the iSpoon, there was a big, long conversation about, like, what we were going to name it. They did not want to name it, well, I say they, but a couple of people did not want to name it iSpoon for fear of, like, Apple attacking us, which, if Apple attacked us, it would have been such good marketing because we were the tiniest little thing. We would have just been like, why is Apple picking on us, right? But anyway, or, you know, William Grants might have kicked my ass for even doing it. But I was willing to get fired for it, you know? Now, when we did that, it kind of convinced the people who have the purse strings, like Jun, to let us do our own non-Apple ripoff video. Now, it's 3 minutes long, this video, so I might get myself a drink before I go to where we ended up on the iSpoon, before I open this thing. Right. And when I say open, I mean open it. I haven't actually done that yet. Right, so, a Mamie Taylor. The Mamie Taylor came out. Oh, is my phone ringing? Does that mean I'm in trouble? Nope. Right, the Mamie Taylor came out at the turn of the century, right? Like 1899, 1900, something like that. It was a Scotch-based, like, Moscow Mule, really. But obviously, it predates the actual Moscow Mule by like 40 odd years. I don't know, minimum 30 years. And for a while in the US, the Mamie Taylor was like the cocktail to drink. It became so popular that bartenders at the turn of the century and, you know, the turn of the 20th century were so pissed off making it that they started just putting the price of it up until it was just stupidly expensive to drink one. Bartenders, you know, back then, they were the same as we are now. There was a period in time when everyone only wanted to drink mojitos and no one wanted to make them anymore. So, you know, we used to make it kind of harder to drink mojitos. I know I hated serving Bundy rum. So in a bar I managed, I made Bundy rum like the most expensive rum. Shouldn't be the most expensive rum. It's like a 2-year-old rum aged in 75,000 liter stainless steel vats. right? And I say stainless steel. I think there's a bunch of stainless steel. They had wooden vats when I was there, but they're 75,000 liter wooden vats, and they used to put sugar in them 50 odd years ago, before they put the rum in there. So you can see this old ancient black strapped sugar stuff coming out the sides of the vats. Like 50 years with 75,000 turned over every 2 years. How much flavor are they imparting onto it? It's basically like spirit and caramel. Anyway, I'm not a massive fan of Bundy rum. For those that like it, no offense intended. Mamie Taylor. Back to the Mamie Taylor. Anyway, Mamie Taylor kind of died out when Prohibition hit and never really recovered. But every other drink, apart from Scotch whiskey, that you put with ginger ale, ginger beer, and base spirit and lime, works. So, Mamie Taylor might be one of the kind of godmothers of all of this. But, who knows? Now, to make it, and I'm going to make small ones, just put the amount that you plan to drink. So I'm putting like 3/4 of an ounce, I think. And what I'm going to do today, in the interest of making it somewhat interesting, is I'm going to put Schweppes Golden Ginger. Don't know what that means. Does anyone else know what that means? I don't know whether I've just stopped getting comments, or comments have actually stopped coming in, or I'm offline. There's no way for me to know. But yeah, it looks like everything's frozen. I'm just going to keep making drinks. So, Golden Ginger Ale. That's my first ginger. The normal Schweppes Ginger Ale. These are just the gingers I had in the cabin. I did decide today, on World Paloma Day, to do this. And I wasn't really sure as to whether or not I'd have internet. For the last 2 days, I've had no internet. So I'm expecting this to die at any moment. We've been borrowing the neighbor's internet, like legit. I'm paying a fortune for 350 megabits per second, and for 2 days I've gotten 0 megabits per second. That's not cool. Like, if you can't give me what I'm paying for, then why am I paying for it? I want a refund. Virgin sucks. If anyone's thinking about switching to Virgin, think again. Right. So I've got Square Root Ginger Beer, handmade in Soda Works, Chinese ginger, spicy, whole root, pressed fresh, super strong softs, never from concentrate, East London pressed and bottled. Particularly important, swirl up the sediment, get the full flavor. Whoops, crap, read that too late. Right, so let's see which one of these actually works the best. They're all monkey shoulder, they're all roughly the same amount. Let's see, so. I have no idea how many of these I've drunk in my lifetime. 6 years, 6.5, almost 7 years of being a brand ambassador, where basically this was the arrival cocktail at every event. We moved it to the, because we wanted orange in the brand colors. And also it tastes a little bit better with orange than it does with lime. We moved to a ginger monkey, which is this, with an orange wedge, which kind of gave you a different kind of take on it. It's a more rounded, really refreshing, tasty drink, but I was drinking these. I drank some. This is delicious, by the way. Okay, I don't know what the difference is between this, but this works better than that one. If they're the same price, I might start buying that stuff. Hold on. Tastes less artificial. That's just what I think. Okay. This one says on it, it's Low Bros Organic Ginger Beer Kombucha. All right. I'm a fan of kombucha. I'm going to put that to the end so I can like properly enjoy it. Oh, wait. Do I go with kombucha acidity, or do I let the spiciness of this one overwhelm the... All right. I'm going to do it this way. So, lowdown on the brew. Loads of stuff written on this. It's got sweet tea, I think. Man, there's just too much information on this. Ginger beer flavoring living kombucha drink with apple cider vinegar. Does that make it a legit kombucha? Ginger beer flavor living kombucha drink with apple cider vinegar. Okay. Alive inside. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. And I'm going to assume it's a real kombucha. I hope someone else knows better. Why is there apple cider vinegar in it? I don't know. It's nice. I might have had to shake that up. It's nice. It's drinkable, but it doesn't have as much ginger flavor as these two. You can actually kind of get some of the apple cider vinegar. If you make this, Low Bros, no offense, but these work better. Right. Let's try this one. Now, this one's very earthy. It's a little flat for my taste. Carbonated water, ginger 10%, sugar, lemon, and tartaric acid. Okay. It's not as well carbonated as these two, but it's got a kind of rustic craft sort of feel to it. So I'm going to say this is nice as if you want an earthiness. But what I'd almost do with this is I would almost like decant it and then recarbonate it in my like carbonator system. I'm going to go with that one. That one's the best. I was really excited about this. Right, so let's have a look at this, right? Check out how cool this is. It's like, I've seen it before. Right, so it's got black velvety kind of cushioning around it. That is so good. So, you can't really get the color off that. Let me see if number 2. No. It's just going to look overexposed. But it's a gold-plated iSpoon. This is going straight to the pool room with my gold-plated phallic Bartender of the Year trophy. Right? I love gold-plated stuff. This is awesome. You know what? I'm definitely going to make this. I'm going to make a frame for this. I don't think I'll use it on a very, very special day or something like that. Because these, just for information, everybody, there was a small number of these produced for all the 50 best bars in 2019. So the people who won 50 best bars, they got these gold-plated iSpoons, which is awesome. And then they, obviously, you know, when you're making stuff, you make more than you need, just in case. So there's a few extras left over. And Joe Petch himself said that, you know, they're going to go to people who have kind of achieved stuff. And that makes me feel very special. So I feel like I'm part of a club, which is awesome. I'm going to put this on the wall sometime. But before I do, I want to play the last video. So you've seen, we did the iSpoon video, which like kind of played on Johnny Ives. But actually, my favorite video, I think, yeah, this would be my favorite video that we ever made. The idea of this video was to bring in a bunch of people that had been supporting Monkey Shoulder already, that we thought were just total bosses and were going places, and were going to be career bartenders. You know, like people that I thought I'd still be hanging around with in 10 years. Or I hoped I'd still be hanging around with in 10 years. So the idea of it was that 10 years after you first seen it, you know, you watch it and you get that nostalgia. You know, like, it's like, oh man, look at Ali Burgess. He looks so young. I watched this again today. Ali Burgess looks exactly the same age as today as he does in this video, right? But I don't know how long it's been. It's been a good 5 or 6 years. Anyway, without further ado, here's the like iSpoon video that we made that I love. It's probably only got like a couple of thousand views, but amazing. There's 3 rules to spooning. Rule number 1, you need to make eye contact with your spoonee. The second rule of spooning is practice. You can never practice your spooning technique too much. You need to have it down.
I like doing it furiously in the bushes.
The third rule of spooning, only the fingers and your wrist doesn't move.
Spooning is something very special.
It's all in the fingers. Just the fingers, just the tip. You're destined for greatness.
Ciao, Mama.
I like spooning on the sofa.
In Australia, we spoon in the opposite direction.
Spooning is like taking a hot bath on a cold winter night.
You don't want any awkward silences while spooning. You want to have some light banter, like current affairs, football, that kind of thing.
Hi there. For the perfect spooning technique, I believe finger control and eye contact are a must.
Spooning is like coming out of the closet in front of your 50 people's family at your sister's wedding.
I like doing it with lots of cameras watching.
The artisan, we're using our spooning technique very carefully to create the holy shit moments for our guests.
I painted this room red especially for spooning.
By spooning, you express who you are and who you'd like to be.
I like doing it with other people walking around.
Not many people knows it, but the technique of spooning has been invented by an Italian bartender called the Maestro.
That's not a spoon. This is a spoon.
I like to do it in London a lot.
Je sais même pas pourquoi je suis ici. J'ai juste venu demander de venir et faire quelque chose. To spoon.
Even with such a small spoon, you can do a lot if you just know the right technique. It's all about speed and accuracy.
You can do it when the sun's going down.
I like little spoon.
I like big spoon.
I like doing it in Germany.
Do not try and stretch the spoon. That is impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth. The truth is, there is no spoon. Then you'll see, it is not the spoon that stretches, but it is yourself.
I like spooning 3 at once.
Can I get some olive oil, please? I love having olive oil just to really kind of lubricate all the situation. Sometimes I like to just put the tip in and move as vigorously as possible. Other times I like to really push it in and just see how things can go.
No, you don't.
Last but not least, when you're finished, keep it clean. Put it away.
It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. But spooning unites us all.
That video makes me happy. That was actually one of the most stressful days for me, but at the same time, like, such an amazing day. The crew that we had, as you could see, everyone from Andrea Montague to Evil Jim, like, just legends, total legends, and yeah, like, just such a great day. There was one guy who he was an agency person who worked for the agency we were using at the time, who insisted on, like, getting the bartenders to say some dumb shit. And, like, to be fair, all I said to them, I didn't tell them what to say, I just said to them, guys, just teach people how to stir, but say this is an important thing about stirring. Make sure that you keep eye contact with your guest or whatever. I didn't say that to them. Just give a hint on, like, how to be good at stirring, look good when you're stirring, but replace the word stirring with spooning. And they just went wild. It was so cool. But there's this one guy in the corner, like for Jason Williams, for example, this is when I cracked. Jason was like, oh, in Australia we spoon the opposite direction, right? That's because on The Simpsons, they had that episode where Bart flushes the toilet, and like in Australia, they're meant to go the toilets are meant to roll the other way because they're on the southern hemisphere, which I think is like a fake thing. But anyway, that was the reference, and he wanted him to say, oh no, make sure you should say something a bit more provocative, like say in Australia when we're spooning, it gets hot and sweaty, and it's like, dude, nah, man, like Jason didn't want to say it, none of us wanted to hear it. It's just like so lame. So eventually the guy started trying to overrule me. It's my video. So I nearly threw him out of the building physically. I wanted to kill him. So I had to call the brand manager and ask her to come in and deal with this guy. She was meant to be there the whole time. And she told me, no, I have to do what he says. And I lost my mind and shouted at everyone. And then Evil Jim, being the smart guy that he is, right, was like, right, you two need to not be in the same room. And I was like, yeah, I know. Can you do me a favor? Go and take that idiot, take the second cameraman, just go onto the streets of Soho. We were shooting it at Quo Vadis. And walk around the streets and just come up with lots of different, like, oh, I like to do it this way, right? And I made it feel like the guy was meant to do that. And I gave him the responsibility of making sure that these shots were good, because we can't just count on the one shot. And once we got rid of that guy, everything just flowed and we finished the video, which was great. So the Evil Jim bits where he's like not actually in the same room as everyone else, that was because he actually just went and winged it to get rid of the whatever the agency guy thought he was. He thought he was like a fucking movie director or something. He was in charge of everything. He totally wasn't. Anyway, I'm actually still worked up about that. Like 5 years later, I still want to shout at the guy. Is that unhealthy? I don't know if that's unhealthy. Right. Uh-oh. Ah, here we go. Right, so the first of the ring-in cocktails is the Holy Negroni from Sergio Bonanza Lianza. Right, so I'm making sure I don't mess this up, mate, because I said, dude, just make sure what are the exact things I'm meant to do. In the mixed bottle, there's Mito Mix. Mixed bottle, Mito Mix, right? Martini Rubino and Reserva Bitter. Holy Negroni. 40 mils of Mito Mix, right? With 60 mils of Strawberry Tulsi Kombucha, which is his Fixate Strawberry Kombucha. Apparently, he says this is legit. It tastes amazing. So I'm gonna taste this as well. And a lemon zest over the top. Oh, we have all the ingredients. All right, so do we have? Yes, we do. This is working out. This is all working out, right? The 30 minutes prep time. The reason the scheduling doesn't come to 6 p.m. is because I haven't finished photoshopping the photo that I'm going to use as the cover. And you can't pre-schedule on my software anything other than 15 minutes ahead. So if you see the schedule come up anything after 6 p.m., then you know that if it's 5 past 6, that I started putting the show together properly, turning everything on at about 10 minutes to 6. Yeah, that's how dangerous all this is. So 40 mils of this. I'm just going to cut just shy of the 45. Building a rocks. Oh, how did he get that on? Right, and then I'm going to give this a gentle roll to get the jizzy stuff in it. Rejuvenate, uplift, and lighten. Right, this looks really good. Strawberry Tulsi. I'm going to have to assume that that's 80 mil. It looks like double the amount of the Mito Mix. All right. I know this is a very popular cocktail at Funky Dory, but I haven't actually sat down and enjoyed one myself before. All right. We're making every other drink in the world apart from a Paloma. All right. Lemon twist. And I think with this particular lemon twist, I might actually discard it. Just because I like the look of that nice, neat. All right. Here's my little bin. Fixate. Right, let's have a taste of that as well. So, Dean, so far so good. Thank you, Sergio. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Filtered water, convert culture. So that it's saying that they're using like a SCOBY, or at least some sort of culture. Tinned strawberries, organic tulsi. Okay, now I get it. Right, cool. And they're using a little bit of the basil oil. Yeah, awesome. So, yeah, that's actually really good. Ooh, I might get a case of that. Cool. Let's have a Holy Negroni. Woo! Is it a holy Negroni? Sergio, this is vermouth bitters, right? Topped with like a non-alcoholic soda. So it's more of an Americano. It'd be really nice to have a production person. But you know, whatever. I'm learning how it all works. So as I was saying, Sergio, you've got bitters, you've got vermouth, and then you've got a effectively sparkling soda. So my question, in case the audio cut out mid-sentence, is it really a holy Negroni or is it a holy Americano? Right? Is it more of an Americano? I don't know. Delicious though. Like, actually amazing. And guys, for those of you out here living in Southeast London, you can buy these from Sergio, as far as I understand. Sergio will let us know if he's still watching. He's probably tuned out now. He's probably upset. Right, so one last drink on my crusade to get liquored up. The only one I wasn't as big a fan of that one, but I'm going to finish this one. And that's those out of the way. Got my little ones of these done. Right, so the ice is tempered now. And when I say tempered, what I mean is that when you first take the ice out of the freezer, if you're like grabbing it or pouring liquid over it, and it's like at minus 20, whatever it is, it's so cold that it's actually brittle, which makes it crack. Sometimes if it cracks, you can leave it out to temper and it will reform. Like those little cracks will like melt back in and reform, but actually it's probably not worth even trying because that doesn't always work. But you can see now that it's just started melting, which means it's at a temperature where the negative calories are being drawn out by the positive calories, i.e. like the energy in the room, which is higher than that. Oh shit, I didn't actually look at what the instructions were. No, I don't need ice for this. So, this is really good, Sergio. This is really, really good. So, Holy Negroni. And here we have the ladies and gents Vestal Vodka Martini. So this one, I would suggest putting that in the freezer. I've just taken it out of my freezer. I forgot that I didn't need. But that's the bottle. Right? And if you guys remember, we had a lockdown cocktail thing going on a few episodes, well, a lot of episodes back actually, where we got people. Oh, crap! We got people to send in, drinks that they're making during lockdown, and Willie Burrell, the legend that is Willie Burrell, sent us a video of him making a martini. I might give it a second just to chill this. Of him making a martini, and with his son and everything, and his son was super cool. So this is his martini that he's now making at Ladies and Gents Bar. So plug to Ladies and Gents Bar. If you want to try a nice martini, get involved. Now, while I let this cool, I consume the rest of this. It's going to be a good night. I'm going to have a great night tonight. Before I make this, while I consume this, I'm going to cut to Mitch's Minute, which you might find is more appropriate of the day.
Paloma Specs. World Paloma Day. I want to say World Corona Day. Actually about to go to work and knock out a ton of Palomas myself. Our spec for them is 45 mils of mezcal, 30 mils of Paloma, we call it Paloma mix, which is 2 parts Manzanilla sherry, 1 part pamplemousse and 1 part 1-to-1 simple syrup, and then it's 1.5 ounces of 50-50 grapefruit and lime juice. Again, we batch those juices together, especially on a day like today when we're going to make a shit ton of them, and give it a little whip shake, and we top it up with East Imperial grapefruit soda. And back in the bar days, we would we would have a salt and pepper sort of spread rim on that in a highball glass. But a really interesting question, I don't know if you've gone into it. Are Palomas supposed to be fizzy? Is that, I don't really know.
I have no idea what happened there. It like must I don't know. It played the old video, but the new title. Like, did I layer the new video under the old video? Not even double check. This is what happens when you give yourself 10 minutes to edit everything. Because I always do the photo first. So once you see the schedule, you know that whatever, right? I'm just gonna roll with my failures. Yeah, and that's all I can do. Anyway, I'll try to find his actual video. It's very good. He gives us his spec. Now, don't know how that happened. Let's try Festa Vodka Quarantini. On the back it says, this delicious bottle of pre-made cocktails contains 5 by 100 ml measures that should be chilled in the fridge and enjoy with either a twist of lemon or an olive in a martini glass. Unleash your inner James Bond or Bond girl and enjoy an evening attire? I have no idea. Sip, sip, hooray. Very cool. Right, I think it says attire, or they didn't cross the T's on attire. Is attire a word? A-L-L-I-R-E? Yeah, Mitch, I know. I have no idea what happened there. The problem with that is that it's today's text. So yeah. So Mitch, have you got Skype? I could Skype you. See, we'll get right back into the old like randomness that is a real bar situation. Where's Mitch? It would be so evil if poor Mitch had to like put up with us calling him. Yo! So dude, your video didn't work. I have no idea why. So do you want to like just say to everyone what your spec is for Yeah, man. And is your video able to turn on?
Yeah, I'm gonna work now. Our Paloma spec is 45 mezcal, an ounce of what we call Paloma liquor, just two parts, and then an ounce and a half of 50-50 juice or Paloma juice, which is half grapefruit juice, half lime juice, and then we give it a whip shake, top it up with East Imperial grapefruit soda. And my question at the end of that was, are Palomas supposed to be fizzy?
Yeah? No? I don't know.
No, this is the thing. Like, I hadn't really thought about it until just recently. I was like, are they supposed to be fizzy? Like you know, when you get like ghetto Palomas with like grapefruit soda, like Squirt or something, obviously they're fizzy.
I thought a Paloma was a kind of a ghetto drink. Like, why does it have to be super fancy? What? You know? I thought it was.
Yeah, totally. Because
grapefruit soda.
Well, just think about how violently carbonated the seltzer would have to be to carry, you know, like bubbles through sugar, 2 citruses, and booze. It's like it seems unfeasible unless you're making it style.
Or you're like making it in a really big glass and you're adding like a whole massive amount of soda. No, I don't see that happening. Well, that's a question for another day, I guess.
Well, I'm in Venice. It's hot as fuck. I'm gonna make about fucking 100 of them today. So, and they ripped out the bar. So, I got a busy day.
They ripped out the bar.
Yeah, no bar. No bar.
They didn't tell the bartenders before they ripped out the bar. They didn't tell the bartenders first.
I'll call you on the weekend. I'll tell you about this, but there's too many people that can hear me now. So, but yeah, so fucking.
Okay, man. All right. Thank you for answering. Love you, brother.
Love you, matey. I'll speak to you soon. Ciao.
Bye. Thank you for that suggestion, Daniel. That's actually easier than editing the Mitch's Minute thing. And he's also fully awake and working, you know? It's not like first thing in the morning. But I'll tell you what, this martini is delicious. This Holy Negroni is delicious. Get out there, buy some of these pre-bottled cocktails from your favorite bars, and, you know, survive in this pandemic situation that we're all in. I hope this has been a nice distraction, albeit a messy episode. I feel like, despite everything I feel like every single time something goes wrong, I might have overcomplicated the process at the cabin, but my goal at the moment, I'm still in my 10,000 hours phase, which I'm never going to get 10,000 hours of doing live video, but I feel like I finally feel comfortable, even if shit goes wrong, with just trying to be smooth about it and letting the good times roll. Have a nice weekend, everybody, and Daniel, here's your outro, brother.
You ordered what?